Hey guys, welcome to another episode of You and Me. Today we are talking about deal breakers in our relationships. So I'm sure everyone knows what a deal breaker is, what you cannot condone, what you cannot compromise on. So that's what we really want to discuss today. Before then, kindly like, subscribe, share. We'll give you a few seconds for that. Enjoy the episode. So let's do this, girls. Do you girls have deal breakers?
Yeah.
You know the Bible says, is it the Bible that says to whom much is given, much is expected?
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says that, right? And that's it. Like, to whom much is given, much is expected. Like, for us who are in his kingdom, we are expected much.
Yeah.
Because we've been given much. So with that in mind, we're supposed to have our deal breakers. Things that we actually acknowledge. He's a nice guy, but so I think for me, number one thing that I will never compromise on is a man who's not born again. Because the Bible is clear, do not be unequally yoked. And I'm not speaking at you from a place of perfection, no. It's as a result of knowing that I need someone who would actually lead me spiritually. I want a spiritual head in my home. I want a spiritual head in my relationship. You know, sometimes you're told, oh ladies, you're the drivers of a relationship. No, imagine, no. See you call us next. See, we are called next. Let the head come with his nini together. So I think for me, it's a man who's really born again, and not just born again, but someone who'd lead me spiritually. We've not even talked about matters life, but someone who can lead me spiritually. We can talk about it.
I think it's the same, because from experience I've dated so many guys who are not born again, and I can tell the difference between a born again guy and the other ones. So I feel like at the end of the day, when you want to settle down, you have to, that is a very important consideration when you want to settle down. Someone who can be a priest in your home. So I feel like you can date other people, but when it comes to a serious relationship, especially now, I feel like a man who is spiritually the head, because they're supposed to be the priest, I feel like they need to be the priest of my home. So a drunkard can't be my priest, but he's still the head, but he can't be my priest. So I feel that is very important.
So before we go to Janice, why do we date people who are not born again?
That's a whole new topic. That's a whole new topic.
But let's because you said you've dated people who are not born again. So why do we date people who are not born again? You know so well.
They're just supposed fun. They were at that time. They had this fun perspective compared to the born again guy. Those born again guys at that time were very.
Now you know better.
Yeah, and obviously now I know better, and thank God I got someone who is not boring. But I think that aspect here with Christian guys are boring.
That's why I think it's also being young. Because you were not old.
I was not old. I'm still young. What's in his age?
You were just a young girl trying to explore life. So I think that's
Janice, for you, what's the one thing that you not compromise on?
I think because you've said area, I think on born again and spirituality, I would not comment on that. I would say a man with a vision, one who knows where we are going. Like, he's seeing 2 years, 5 years beyond. I might not see it myself, but he has a vision of where he's taking me and where in 50 years what's all this going to be. Are you seeing this going somewhere, or do you have a vision for us, for things to come in future and all that? So vision is very important, because as you said, he's a priest, he's a vision bearer of the home. So he needs to know is it the Aaron or the Moses? He's the one who is taking you to the promised land. So if he has no vision of where the two of us are going, honestly, then I would step up and away.
So something weird that I can't compromise on is fun. I mean, like I'd like someone, as much as he's everything that you're talking about, but I'd like someone who can make me laugh. Because after we've prayed, after we've spoken in tongues after every other thing. I'd like to enjoy my company.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is one of
But I think,
it's very important.
someone who makes you laugh is not mutual, it's relative.
Yeah.
Because they
anyone
someone might make you laugh but not make Phyllis laugh.
Right.
So, it's my relationship. So if that guy doesn't make Phyllis laugh, I don't care. but he has to make me laugh. Yes.
Yeah, that's
This is mine. Yeah. I'd like a fun guy.
Yeah.
Also someone who we have the same values. So I can't really compromise on some of the values. Apart from the Christian values, there are some values that I really want. Like the other day, I told you about a couple who don't want kids, and that is one of their values. That is one of the things that make them happy, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'd like someone who we are in synchronism. Like someone who we like the same thing. We like, for example, if it's a family, we like this family. Yes. So someone when you're synchronize, yeah.
You share the same values.
Yeah, the same values.
Hey, me, another deal breaker for me is a man who's stingy. Like, seriously. A man who is stingy. Let's even have a discussion about men who are stingy. Why are you stingy?
What do you mean?
Why are you stingy? Someone who's mean. Like someone who would not... I don't want to be materialistic.
Just be.
But let me just be. Let's just talk about men who are stingy. Okay, we are not being materialistic. Since Imelda, we are on the same team about men who are stingy. But a man who would not spend on us.
Yeah.
For me, I've related with someone who was very stingy. And you see, sometimes it's not even about the money. It's even about time. It's about literally everything about you. You're just a stingy person. Even the way you relate with you. Yeah, you're very selfish. Even with the way you relate to other people. Like, you expect them to do the same thing you did for them. You don't, like, you're being very, very selfish with everything. Everything of you. Yeah, for me it's such
but it doesn't necessarily mean the guys. Also the chicks may have met stingy girls. So if you're dating, it has to be something that is reciprocal. As much as it's the guy loves paying dates, sometimes I'm surprised by, or you can just be buying to small things, but it can't be the whole year. Always in relationship 50 bob. That is very weird. I feel like that's too stingy.
And Imelda, we're not even speaking about money. Just everything, everything. Spend time with this person. Stop being stingy with everything of you. Share. Let's just talk about share.
So that's your deal breaker.
We don't want men who are stingy. Please work on
me. That's a deal. That's a huge deal
breaker. You want a selfish person.
Yeah.
I think this is a red flag for me. Not necessarily something I can, but a red flag is someone who is rude to other people. I can't deal with it. I feel like if you're rude to someone you don't know, how much more can you be to me that you know? Like, you aspect ya tumekuwa too familiar. How rude can you be?
It's the same thing people say if like you are with someone and they slap people but not you. You're like, he can't slap me. But when you're out and the waiter does not do anything, slaps him
or even shouts on him,
or you're not any special. One day they'll do the same to you.
I think for me also something that I cannot compromise on is someone who does not like learning. I don't know how to put that, but someone who's not easily corrected. Someone who's always right. And there's nothing as bad as that, because even when you have mentors, they cannot actually speak truth to you, because at the end of the day, this person is not rigid. Is it not rigid or rigid?
They are rigid.
Yeah, they are rigid. Someone who cannot, they've got their thoughts together, they cannot unlearn what they've learned. I
also feel like having someone who pushes you out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you can be in a space where you feel you're okay, and then they bring a whole perspective of you can't do this, why don't you try this? So someone who sees you in a better version of yourself than
Yeah.
they found
that
you.
they- yeah.
You
That
know.
you actually than you actually think you can
Yeah,
be.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
word.
wow.
Yeah.
That's a nice one. So I think we have so many deal breakers. I know sometimes I think we get into relationships and even marriages with the perception that, oh, this person is going to change.
Oh Lord.
I think there are things we can change, but there are things we cannot.
No, we cannot change anything, my dear.
We can, like that of stinginess, please. Stingy men.
No, nasema I cannot change my partner. It's
Yeah,
either
you
God works
can't.
on them or
Yeah,
they
them.
make
An intentional
decision to change, but you can never change something.
Yeah. So I
You're
and
not
I
the
think that's
creator of it.
You're not the manufacturer, so
Yeah.
just yeah.
I think that's where we actually need to talk to people and say sometimes don't expect people to change.
Just don't.
Just take them as they are.
Just don't.
If a man is not born again, imagine don't push him to be born again. Like, as much as yes, I know you love him, blah blah blah, but you're expecting that he's going to be born again, you may easily be swayed on the other end. You know, and take people as they are. If these are your deal breakers, well, you can compromise. You can compromise. There are some that are so petty, you know. Actually, there are some here that are so petty.
Like which one?
That enhancer.
Me wanted
Tall, dark,
dark.
and
Me
handsome,
wanted
I
dark.
know.
Me wanted
know.
dark and
And
I
then
got dark.
Yeah, but what happens when you realize those are just features?
Yeah, they're just features.
They're not who they are.
But I thank God I got what I wanted.
Yeah, but what happens? Let's talk to people who have really put themselves in a box of, oh, I want a tall, dark, and handsome man.
they don't
So when they get that short brown, no come to fupi round.
But still is, I feel like
God.
if we were to look at it in this way, I think as Christians there stop laughing. there are things that there are those deal breakers that are just out of their world and hilarious and funny, like the ones you're talking about, but there are those ones that are key, like having someone whose heart is for Jesus.
Yeah.
Someone who is seeking the Lord, because when they are seeking the Lord, they are also seeking him for you as well. So like having someone who is born again, some of those things, character, vision, values, I think look at the most important thing. These are the ones that he's short,
Yeah.
tall, thin, because even he can be thin and grow fat.
It's true.
Yeah, very true. From we know.
Yeah.
We know it.
So I think it's you look at the most important thing. You know, when we were younger, we used to say some of those weird things, but with time you keep adulting and learning that there is much more important things
It's true.
than just money or physique or anything out that is outward. And inward is much better than the outward.
Yeah, and you know, Paul says when I was young, I felt like a child, but now I'm old. Same thing. Maybe 5 years, 10 years from now, we'll look at this video and laugh about it. But as at now,
And that's our personal view.
yeah, no one has told us do what, no. But anyway, just to tell you, and I believe that there are good men out there.
Yeah.
Stand on your ground. If you don't want a man who's not born again, if you have one and it's worked, we're not judging, but we're just saying these are things that for us we would not compromise on. We love you. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.